Good morning, it's Nahanni from the Aboriginal Ontario Early On Center. This morning, what I'd like to do before we get started is a smudge. So I have my 4 sacred medicines, and I have my smudge bowl. I have my eagle feather, and I have my fire. Fire, you'll need to call your mom, your guardian, your parent, your older sibling to help you when you smudge. If you're unable to smudge, I will smudge for you. So let's get started. Here at the center, we grow our own sage. So what I did was I picked it and I dried it. Now it's ready to go. So what I'll do is I'll just take a little bit from the stem, put it in my hand, and I'll roll it. And I have this, just a little bit. You don't need much. I've asked a guardian or a parent to help me do this. Light my smudge. I lit my smudge and I put it in my bowl, not to burn myself. And what I'll do is I will use my eagle feather. So I will do this. I will clean my eyes so I see good things. I will clean my ears so I hear good things. I will clear my nose so I smell good things. I will clean my mouth so I say good things. And I will clean my heart. And I say, Miigwetch, thank you for giving me today. And that's it. Moving on, I'd like to share with you this eagle feather that was given to me by the community for the work that I've been doing for the last 15 years with youth. So when I received this, I sat with it and I noticed there was a beautiful lady there. I don't know if you could see her, but she's right there. She's got a beautiful jingle dress and it's just so beautiful, it just shines. And I see her in there and I thank her for being there. And I say, Miigwetch, for being with me. So I'd like to talk about protocols for the eagle feather quickly before we move on to our eagle feather story. The eagle feather is the most sacred and honored gift given to an individual. The care and the responsibility that comes with carrying an eagle feather must be taught. An eagle feather is most sacred of all the birds because the eagle feather carries the prayers to the Creator. The eagle feather is also our relative and is part of our family. As a part of our family, we must care for and respect that it has given up its life so that a person like myself may carry the feathers. So what you could do with feathers, you could, like I did earlier, is smudge. You can also take your eagle feather and smudge it, just like that. You're also told to keep your eagle feather in a safe, clean compartment away from alcohol and drugs. So what I did was I asked a community member to make me a feather case. So there it is. What I do is I place my feather once I'm done using it in the case. And if I've been gifted any other feathers, I also put them in the case like that. So there's my case. I'm going to put this to the side while we talk about the eagle feather a little bit more. So a person must not be using any drugs or alcohol when handling it. A young woman that's on her menstruational cycle, she cannot touch it. If for any reason I'm unable to care for my eagle feather, I can ask a family member, a loved one, to take care of it until I'm ready to use it in a healthy lifestyle. It's an honor to have an eagle feather. Always keep your eagle feather in a clean and safe place. And like I said before, you can smudge, and you can smudge with it. You can use it for a talking circle. And let's move on to the next little activity that I have. So I brought my friend the Miigwetch. He said, Nahanni, if you're going to talk about me, I'd like to be here. So I said, no problem. Come on over while I read the story about you. So the bald eagle, it has a hook, yellow beak right there. And it has talons right there. Those are like claws. The bald eagle likes to catch and eat fish from the lakes and the rivers. The bald eagle also eats waboos, rabbit, squirrels, and other birds. So the eagle's up high and the rabbit's down, and he'll come swishing down to eat his prey. They also eat squirrels and other birds. The eyes of the eagle can see 4 to 7 times further than our eyes. Wow. The bald eagle lives in forests near large bodies of water. Wow. The bald eagle likes to build nests at the top of large trees. And the baby eagles are called eaglets. They are light gray and they're fluffy. Wow. When they are 12 weeks old, it's time to leave the nest. Bald eagles choose one mate and they stay together for life. Female bald eagles are much larger than males. They dance, they do cartwheels through the air. The bald eagle is special and is respected by the First Nations. Wow. I'd like to say thank you for coming and sharing your story about the eagle. I hope you enjoyed that, and please come back for the art activity. Thank you. The Hungry Time. This is a story about a Mississauga Indian girl named Morning Sky. She lived with her family many years ago at Toronto, which means meeting place. Toronto was at the mouth of what is now the Humber River. It was winter and our food was almost gone. My father said the great beings that bring us food are angry. There are no deer in the bush. There are no fish in the river. Even the wolves are eating one another. The hunger time was here. Grandma said, I will put more water in the soup. We must find food soon. I helped Father fish. We put a net under the ice, but no fish swam into it. Father said, the winter has been long. Soon the bears will be waking up. They will be hungry after their long winter sleep. Each day, my father, my uncle Red Cloud, and my brother Beavertail went hunting. They hoped to find a deer. Each day they came back with nothing. They did not even see a rabbit. It started to snow again. For 3 days it snowed and snowed. Wind shook the wigwam. The great beings were angry. For 3 days we lay inside. We were weak from hunger. It was hard to find dry wood for the fire. On the 4th day, Father said, the snow has stopped. The great deer being came to me in a dream. He will help us find food. Father and Uncle Red Cloud painted red hunting marks on their face. My uncle beat the drum, and my father sang his hunting song. Now we will be strong hunters, said my father. I said I wanted to be a hunter too. You are weak from hunger, said Father. You're a girl, said Uncle Red Cloud. You will stay with the women, said Grandma. That's right, Morning Sky, said Mother. I looked at my brother. He was called Beavertail because he was fat. Beaver tails have lots of fat in them. Now, in the hunger time, he wasn't so fat anymore, but he was still strong. I wished I could go with the men, but now I was thin and weak. I would go hunting another time when I was stronger. The day passed very slowly. My mother was sick and needed food. I worried about the hunters. Would they come back again with nothing? Then I fell asleep. I dreamt of food. I heard snowshoes outside. I woke Grandma up. The hunters are back. Did they bring any meat? Then Uncle Red Cloud came into the wigwam. He threw a deer's leg down beside the fire. Father, come in with more meat. We all looked at each other and smiled. Grandma cut off a piece of meat for me. She put more pieces into the pot. I roasted mine on a stick. Even Mother sat up, eating slowly. She told me, after many days without food, we couldn't eat too fast or we would be sick. So I felt better. I looked around for my brother. Where's Beavertail? I asked. Uncle Red Cloud said, he's gone to get wood for the fire. I tied on my beaver robe and put on my moose skin mitts. I saw a hammerstone near the door. I put it inside my robe. It made me feel safe. I will help Beavertail, I said. Everybody tried to help in the hunger time. Outside, the snow was deep and it was very cold. It was easy to follow Beavertail's tracks into the bush. Suddenly, I stopped. I didn't move. Up ahead, I saw a great black thing standing up straight like a man. It was a bear. Quickly, I looked around for Beavertail. Where was he? Had the bear eaten him? No, there he was behind a big tree. He was standing very still. What were we going to do? Bears can smell and hear things, but they can't see very well. The bear was close to Beavertail, but he didn't see him. He didn't see me either, not yet, and he couldn't smell us because the wind was blowing our way. Then the bear moved over to a big old stump and began tearing pieces off. He was looking for ants, or maybe he smelt honey. What should I do? Then I saw a tree I could climb. My footsteps crunched into the snow, but the bear was busy. I got to the tree and climbed to the strong branch Beavertail. I climbed up to the strong branch. Beavertail looked back and forth for me to the bear. I held onto the tree and didn't dare breathe. The bear sniffled the air. Then he turned back to the stump. I was still safe. Then I thought of my hammerstone. Maybe I could scare the bear. I took a deep breath and I aimed very carefully. I did not want to miss. I threw as hard as I could. The hammerstone hit the bear right on the nose. The bear snorted into pain, shook his head, and disappeared into the bush. My brother and I didn't move. We waited for a long time. We didn't take any chances. But it was very cold in the tree. At last, I climbed down. Beavertail ran over to me. "You are a brave hunter, Morning Sky," he said. "A great sky being must have helped me," I answered. I looked at the stump. There were big pieces of wood lying around. "That's good firewood," I said. "Let's hurry. I'm frozen stiff." Beavertail said, "I'm too fat to freeze." We both started laughing. We laughed harder. We laughed until we started to cry. It was not such a funny joke. We were laughing because we were scared. We were laughing because we were glad to be alive. The fire was nearly out when we brought in the wood. "Where have you been?" asked Grandma. "Morning Sky saved me from a bear," said Beavertail, and he told what had happened. Grandma smiled at me. Mother held a cup under the dripping juice and gave it to me. "Drink it slowly, little one." "Why do you call her little one?" said Beavertail. "She is a mighty hunter who hunts the bear." Uncle Red Cloud shook his head and made a face. "You're lucky to be alive," he said. "It's dangerous to fool with bears." My father put his hand on my shoulder. "You have shown great bravery," he said, "but it would be difficult for you to be a real hunter." "She must stay here with the women," Grandma said. "Maybe we could take you with us sometime," my father said. I looked at Uncle Red Cloud. He said nothing. Then Beavertail said, "Poor bear, he missed a fat meal." Uncle Red Cloud smiled and winked at me. I knew it would be all right. Nobody talked very much after that. We were all too busy eating. But now and then I saw Beavertail looking at me, and we both smiled. The meat would last for many days. Soon spring would come and the snow would melt. There would be plenty of fish in the river. There would be lots to eat. The hunger time was over. The end. I hope you enjoyed this book. The reason why I wanted to read it with you is because all our animals have given us food, have given us shelter, have given us clothing, have given us their bodies to make coats and moccasins and blankets. So I just would like to say Miigwetch to all the animals for giving us everything that we need, and us not forgetting to always have your tobacco ready to thank the animals, the plants, the sun, the moon, the stars, the seasons, the creator, for everything that has sustained us for thousands and thousands of years. So I say, Miigwetch, 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 Miigwetch. Have a great day. Hi, boys and girls, it's Nahanni. I'm here today to talk about the 7 grandfather teachings. So the first one that we have is the beaver. And what the beaver does is brings us the teaching of wisdom. So I have my beaver here, and my beaver tells me when you need to smudge. He tells me that I have the wisdom to ask an adult to use fire to burn my smudge. So that's what one teaching of the beaver. So I say Miigwetch for wisdom. The second one that I would like to talk about is the turtle. The turtle brings us the teaching of truth. So this morning, Mr. Turtle, I had a nice healthy breakfast. And that's the truth. And the turtle teaches us that. And I say Miigwetch to my turtle. The next one we have is a bear. And the bear brings us the teaching of courage. So I'm not a really good swimmer, Mr. Bear, but I will put on my life jacket and go with an adult and try and splash my legs and my arms. And that gives me courage. And I say Miigwetch to Mukwa Bear for giving me the courage to go into the water. The next one I have is the eagle. The eagle teaches us love. Hi, Mr. Eagle. I love you. I care about you, and I hope good things happen to you because I love you. And I say Miigwetch to the eagle for teaching us love. The next one I have is the sabe. See? This one teaches us honesty. So this morning I went to the corner store with 99 cents. So I didn't have enough for my drink that cost $1. I was honest to the store clerk and letting her know I was short 1 penny. So thank you to the sabe for teaching us honesty. I say Miigwetch. The next one I would like to share with you is the wolf. I think Mr. Wolfie had a little bath. Mr. Wolf brings us humility. So, Mr. Wolf The other day, my niece was in the water and she was swimming, and she, for whatever reason, had no more energy to swim, so she went down in the water. What I did was I ran to the water, jumped in, lifted her out, and brought her to shore. That is humility. And I say to the wolf, Miigwetch, for giving me humility. The next one we have is the bison. See this guy? The bison teaches us respect. Hi, Mr. Bison. Would you like to borrow my book? Sure. So I have just one request, and that is, could you please take care of my book? And when you're done with it, could you please return it? Thank you, Mr. Bison. So respect is, I lent my book to Bison, and Bison has returned my book exactly the way I gave him. And I say to Mr. Bison, Miigwetch, for respecting my book and respecting my wishes on the return of the book. So I say, Miigwetch. So there you have it. You have all the 7 grandfather teachings: the beaver, wisdom; the turtle, truth; the bison, respect; the bear, courage; the wolf, humility; the sape, honesty; and the eagle, love. There you have it. Those are the 7 grandfather teachings that I live by, and I hope that you do too. Have a wonderful day and come back soon. Good morning, kids. It's Nahanni from the Aboriginal Ontario Early On Center. Today I'd like to talk to you about building a birch bark canoe. So what I did was I went online and at www.nationalcanoeday.net. You'll be able to find a template of Aboriginal birch bark canoe. So what I did was I cut out my canoe, and I got that. And what you could do is you can go outside, look for a birch bark tree, and get the birch bark and make a birch bark canoe. So what you do is get a birch bark tree and you peel, and you'll get this birch bark. Then you can make your birch bark canoe. Before you take anything from a tree, a bird, any animal, you do have to remember to always put your tobacco down, because the tree is alive and it's giving you the skin, the tree's skin, to build your canoe. So always remember to lay your tobacco down. Thank the tree for giving you transportation so that you can fish, travel, and see Canada on your canoe, your birch bark canoe. So I hope you're able to go to this site, www.nationalcanoeday.net. Grab a template. They also have dragon canoes. And another canoe. So whatever canoe you want to build, you'll cut it all out. Hopefully you'll be able to find birch bark skin from a tree so that you can actually make it birch bark canoe. So I hope you enjoyed that very simple, easy activity, and I hope you build a canoe so that you can travel and fish and get supplies to your communities. So have a great day. And another quick thing that I'd like to mention is you can also build tika noggins from the birch bark canoes. I mean, the birch bark from the tree. So this is a tika noggin we used to carry our children in. We always had them looking into the world instead of looking at the ceiling. So normally babies are lying down, but with a cradle board, we can have them sitting up, seeing us, watching us, and learning from us. And it's made out of birch bark. So there you have it. I'm not sure how to make a birch bark tika noggin, but it's something to think about when you're peeling off a birch tree. If you could get a big piece, maybe you'll be able to make your own tika noggin out of your big piece that you peeled off a birch tree. And not to forget to always put your tobacco down for giving us the skin of a tree to build our tika noggins. So there you have it. So as First Nations people, we do not waste. We use everything, and we give thanks for everything that has been given to us from the Creator and Mother Earth and Grandmother Moon and Father the Sky, and all these beautiful gifts that we're all blessed with. So there you have it. Enjoy some of our things we've been able to contribute to the world. So have a great day and come back soon. Good morning, kids. It's Nahanni from the Aboriginal Ontario Early On Center. This morning, I've been gifted some skins, animal skins, that I would like to share with you. So, I have my beaver. See that? And what I do is I lay my tobacco down, and I offer the tobacco for the skin of the beaver. So this is a beaver skin. Put my tobacco down, use my beaver skin for crafts, clothing, regalia, and so that's what a beaver skin looks like from the beaver. And I say Miigwetch to the beaver for giving us this beautiful skin. Now, what I have also is a raccoon. And a raccoon is like that. Raccoon is hairy, fluffy, soft. It's nice. So I put my tobacco down and I say Miigwetch to the raccoon. I have here a silver fox. It's really soft. We could use it for hair ties, clothing, bracelets, jewelry, moccasins, and we always use our tobacco and say Miigwetch to the silver fox. Moving forward, we have a sheep. It's kind of rough, fluffy, soft, and I'm sure the sheep wool has given us lots of clothing over the years. And Miigwetch with my tobacco for the sheep, for the skin. This one is a coyote. It's coarse, feels thickness, so I'm sure to keep you warm. We again use it for clothing, jewelry. We also trade, and we thank the coyote with the tobacco, and we say Miigwetch. We have an otter. The otter is thick, feels coarse. It's not as high as the others with the thickness, but it's coarse and it feels like it would be a good coat. I'd use this for a nice warm coat. We also have a seal. Now, the seal are from the Inuit, and this could be used for coats, jewelry, seal. Feels durable. The seal feels like you wouldn't get wet. Maybe it's a good raincoat. The water just dribbles off. So that's a seal. And again, we say Miigwetch. We put our tobacco down for giving us this beautiful seal. I have an Arctic fox. Soft, fluffy, a nice hair tie, a nice scarf, piece of clothing, moccasins. So again, we say Miigwetch to the Arctic fox. I have a beaver. I have a wolf. The wolf is soft. It's it could be used for regalia. Again, it could be used for clothing or jewelry. So I say Miigwetch with my tobacco. Thank you to the fox. I have a bear, Makwa, in Ojibwe, and I say Miigwetch to the bear for giving me the fur. So I'll lay my tobacco down again to the bear for giving me the fur to keep me warm, to let me use it for trading, to for regalia, for moccasins, and I say Miigwetch to the bear, Makwa, for giving us these beautiful fur. What else? I have a weasel. It's soft. Again, we can use it for clothing, we can use it for regalia, we can use it for moccasins, jewelry. The skin, it's soft, and I put my tobacco down and say Miigwetch to the weasel for giving us the fur. This one is an otter. It's soft, really soft. It is a light brown with a little bit of white. Again, always use your tobacco, and you say Miigwetch to the otter for giving us the fur. And I think I have a rabbit. It's really soft. I believe the fur just comes right off. And we can use this fur for regalia, moccasins, jewelry, and jackets, scarves. And again, we say Miigwetch to the rabbit for giving us the fur and the food to feed us when we make rabbit stew. So I hope you enjoyed the furs of our animals here in Canada, and have a great day, and come back soon. Hi kids, I'm back for a story, Where is My Teddy? Makwa, right here, bear, decided he would like to join us. So Makwa, thank you for coming. So Makwa's going to hold the book and we'll read it together. Where is my teddy? Where is my teddy? I don't see it anywhere. Do you? Let's turn the page. Eddie's off to find his teddy. Eddie's teddy's name is Freddie. He lost him in the woods somewhere. It's dark and it's horrible in there. Help, said Eddie. I'm scared already. I want my bed and I want my teddy. Aww. He tiptoed on and on until something made him stop quite still. Look out, he thought. There's something there. What's that? A giant teddy bear. Is it Freddie? Said Eddie. What a surprise. How did you get to be this size? You're too big to huddle and cuddle, he said, and I'll never fit both of us in my bed. Then out of the darkness, clearer and clearer, the sound of a sob came nearer and nearer. Soon the whole woods could hear the voice bawl. How did you get to be tiny and small? You're too small to huddle and cuddle, it said, and you'll only get lost in my giant size bed. It was a gigantic bear and a tiny teddy stomping toward the giant Teddy and Eddie. My Ted, gasped the bear. A bear? Screamed Eddie. A boy, yelled the bear. My Teddy, cried Eddie. Then they ran and they ran through the dark woods back to their homes as fast as they could. All the way back to their snuggly beds where they huddled and cuddled their own little teddies. So, do you have a favorite teddy that you like to go to sleep with? I do, and I like to show you my teddy. There he is. So I'm happy to say the bear has his teddy, the boy has his teddy, and we have ours. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you soon. Hi kids, I'm back. So the activity that I chose for this morning would be this. So if you're able to go for a walk and find some feathers lying on the ground, please feel free to pick them up. If you have some tobacco, put the tobacco down for the eagle feathers. If you're unable to get feathers from up north or in the bush, that's okay, because we can go to the craft store and we can get some feathers. So I got a stick, Dallin, some string, any kind of string you like. You just tie it all together and you'll have your little piece of art with your feathers. If you don't have these, you can also use paper and make your own little eagle feathers. Just a little popsicle stick, again, some string, and you can put all different types of feathers when you're doing your craft. You can draw your feathers, cut them out, different shapes. You can make a little one if you like, or you can make the big one with your feathers. And yeah, that's our activity for this morning, since we talked about feathers. So I hope you enjoyed that, and please come back very soon for the next activity.